Go make it. Hello, fine humans of the world on the interwebs. Welcome to this, hopefully the last video of a naked Celica. If you're new and you'd like to get caught up on my 1974 RA21 Toyota Celica, up above my head is not a link to the last video, rather why you should not use squids as post-it notes.
I don't think that'll work. I don't think USPS accepts that.
These are smooth brain pliers. One thing I cannot stand is jacked up pinch welds. It would be highly lazy of me to go through all this trouble of stripping a car to the bare metal and not make sure my pinch welds are perfect before I paint the car. Case in point, stuff like this. That'd be lazy if I didn't take care of it now. Squish it. Just give it a good squeeze and that's all it should take to iron that out. Yeah, sweet. All right, your turn. I gotta do this without hitting the fuel line down there.
Or hitting me.
Ready?
Yeah.
Good at sports.
Those
Those work amazing, right?
Jesus, easy peasy.
Another crucial flaw to screwing up a paint job when you've already gone this far. If you look along this drip edge, see how there's a little bit of old paint residue on this very edge? Stuff like this along the contour of the panel. Again, little bits of old seam sealer and paint stuck between two different body panels. Areas you think aren't worth your time because no one will see them, like it's gonna be under the rubber weather stripping. Not taking the time to prep that properly is laziness and will ruin a paint job. So if you're gonna do it, it's worth doing it right. All this along the edge of the door, which is super sticky. Try a little bit of waterborne wax and grease on it. Oh no, that's working. Gets the adhesive off. A lot of people would skip putting this type of stuff in a YouTube video, but I just want to emphasize the importance of this critical little attention to detail to end up having a good final paint job.
The wax and grease softens it up pretty nice.
It takes it almost, that was taking it all off pretty much.
Okay.
This butyl adhesive for the window rubber, how it's on the very edge right there, that's just a source for dust and paint to build up and stick on. You see that little black line right there? That's all that butyl adhesive. That's the stuff you don't want to have because that will cause paint failure issues right here and just make your paint look like crap. It's nice doing all this little fine detail stuff now that we got the meat and potatoes done. It is now day number 2, prep work. If you're hoping for fast progress on the prep work, this is the wrong YouTube channel for that. And I don't half-ass things. Don't even want to take a chance on this getting any overspray on it, especially this plastic piece because it's so close. Seats! These seats are so light. I still haven't figured out what I'm doing with the seat situation on this car. Okay. There you go. I have this one little tiny bit of corrosion on the rocker I treated with some phosphoric acid, as well as this little bit underneath the taillight gasket on the back of the car. It's kind of the same concept as what dentists do. I'm just doing dentist work on a car. It was a little aggressive, but I got all the little tiny bits of rust that were along here. I just ground them down until they were completely gone, and it's clean. I can see you through the back window hole. Hello. Finally, wax and grease, get this thing painted. In the last video, some of you were confused by the process I did on the front. So right here, all this area in the engine bay, that's not getting epoxy. This is getting epoxy because I had to do the metal work on it and it had 2 coats of paint. This does not have 2 coats of paint. It's original paint.
Sarah's gonna get the OSPO, which is phosphoric acid, to cure the rust, and it's gonna dab it on a blue paper towel, and she's gonna dab it 1, 2, 3 times, and we're gonna OSPO, and then we're gonna give it a quick wipe on the rocker panel. Make sure we get everything nice and good, even the bottom part. A little dab of more OSPO. Fold over to a new side of the towel, clean side, clean, all the way down to the rocker panel. 5. We're gonna let it sit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Yes. So now that it's been sitting for 5 minutes, we're gonna wipe it down with some water. Yes, yes. And just like using the bathroom, you want to wipe more than once. This water is going to neutralize the OSPO, or phosphoric acid. Now we're gonna grab a red towel, dry it off.
Now I gotta use a Scotch-Brite and just kind of knock down the OSPO and any flash rust that might have occurred. More so I'm just doing this for any flash rust, but subsequently bye-bye OSPO on some areas. Rust-free and treated. If I even get the slightest bit of overspray on this dashboard, RIP me. I suck at wrapping Christmas presents, but I won't suck at this. I got to drink Ecto Cooler and watch DuckTales, so I know best.
What the hell is Ecto Cooler?
Leave about 1/8 of an inch gap. You truly do not understand the definition of tedious until you've had to mask something like this before. This is dumb. You know what else works good? You tear up an earplug. If it expands in your ear, it'll expand in your butt.
Yeah, I'd rather use tinfoil because earplugs are more expensive.
Oh.
And the tinfoil is nice because it actually threads in like a bolt.
This is a lot of hole to have to fill. That's not what he said. This is rapidly approaching too difficult to push with everything that's taped off. It's already 4 o'clock in the afternoon, after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Angel and I have spent the entire day just prepping this thing and it's still not finished being prepped. At this rate, we're gonna be masking this until like 9 o'clock at night. Prepping this car and taping it off took literally 10 hours today. It's done though. Angel's just finishing up the door gooch over there. And look, it's like a giant present. It's ready to go. So, mañana. Welcome to the following day. Just like the last video, I'm doing a 2-to-1 ratio. This PPG DP50LF epoxy. It's not sponsored. Yes, I broke my thumbnail. This stuff is extremely expensive, so I'm trying not to waste any product. So I'm gonna do a 4 and 4. I'll do a 4 and 4. There's a little bit left for the next cup. Take up the catalyst. It's my final pass. I'm gonna do my final pass with the solvent-based wax and grease. I did 2 cups up to the number 4 line. It's probably a little extra. I'm probably gonna end up wasting product, but I'd rather have extra than run out. tomorrow. It's the last day in this video. It's the 4th day. Yes, I'm falling behind. You got Nirvana on today.
Yeah.
I got Tupac. West Side. What you know about that, young blood?
I don't.
I think Tupac was a Crip, actually. So now, for the body working part of this, all the panels need to be on the car so they get body worked at the same time. That way, everything is nice and smooth and the body lines all line up. I'm really torn on what to do for this part. I don't know if I should strip this hardware and paint it body color when I paint the car, or if I should get this stuff all gold zinc plated, because as soon as you put a wrench on it, all the paint will come off even when it's repainted. It's actually a tough decision. I don't know what would look better. I think it would look better probably painted, but it's not gonna be durable. Angel, be careful, Cake.
Yes.
There's a tab that goes behind the door. You see right there?
Yeah.
And then the bottom, you have to like cuff the bottom over the rocker. What are you doing? You're in the fetal position.
I am a fetus.
Are you using your head as a tripod?
Yeah, I needed to balance myself.
I really dread this part. All this butyl. I'm gonna leave this back window masked because it's just gonna keep crap from getting inside the car, and it's stuck on there pretty good right now, so there's no point in removing it. It's like unwrapping a chicken tender that will snap your teeth off. Nah, it's all one color now. It's all in epoxy. Now, before I start doing the bodywork, some of you probably noticed that I removed some of the nutserts for the flares before I shot it in epoxy. And that was because I had to metal work some of those areas really close to where the flare was at. So the ones that I didn't remove, they're sealed now with the car because it was all taken down to bare metal. Before I start putting any skim coat on here, these need to go back in because they do deform the metal just a tiny bit. They shouldn't really deform the metal down here actually because it's so thick. Can you see it, or do you need a flashlight? You should be able to see it down through the back window hole.
Yeah, I can see it.
Angel contortionist Cake.
The people that get stuffed into the boxes.
Fetish people?
Fetish? No, not a fetish kind of thing. That's you're talking about kidnapping.
What?
Like
Kidnapping? What kind of sick fetishes are you into?
Oh, wait. Let's.
These little tinfoil blobs came in handy. That's what I call a solid mask job. We had zero overspray anywhere under the car. Just the dust from where we were sanding, and that's it. In case you're wondering, these are all M6 that I'm using. Those areas a weird radius to try to do one of these on. This sucks. How's it look back there? Is it good?
Yeah, got all the flaky stuff off.
Okay. There actually really isn't any rust in there. I mean, there's the red from the old primer. It looks like rust, but that's just the red primer. But just in case, the OSPO will treat any little bits of corrosion that were on the back side. I'll do the dangerous stuff, hand me the acid. I was smart enough to wear shorts and a crop top today. There really isn't any rust in here, but just in case, I'm gonna be extra. Okay, go make it. All of these areas where it got welded up for the flares, you can get to the other side of it from inside the car. All that I'm gonna coat in the POR 15 stuff. There you go. I treated all this stuff with OSPO, phosphoric acid, and it's really just on the side there's a little bit of corrosion. So once that is all treated, then I'll do the same process I did to the rockers, get it all nice and cleaned up. So my stomach's growling so hard. I'm glad the microphone's over there. The next video I do on the Celica, I'm going to start doing body filler. In which case, this should only require a fairly thin skim coat. You can see the body line down the side of the car. Most of the major dings are removed from doing a metal work before I did the epoxy. There's a couple little areas on the front of the hood that will require a little bit of my stomach growling. And the rear quarter that Fred lead worked is gonna need far less of a skim coat now than it did before. It's a lot straighter than it was. Junkyard Dave was another automotive YouTuber, did the Hellcat wagon build. He's coming down from Colorado next week to help out Angel and I with the bodyworking, so hopefully we can knock it out in probably one video, we'll see.
4 days, 4 or 5 days.
And then we're doing polyester, so that also helps out a lot.
Yeah, polyester is gonna help us get that laser straight finish.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye.